The Bible is esoteric and not just literal, and many stories are allegorical and symbolic and are not meant to be read as a literal story. For example, Adam and Eve represent the fall from the higher consciousness into duality and ego, not just the first human. And God in the Old Testament is not the only God, because the word God that was often used in the book of Genesis was Elohim, which is a plural word, which some believe Yahweh, the God of the Old Testament, is Enlil, the controlling deity, while the serpent, which is Enki, actually offered enlightenment through the fruit of knowledge. Bear this in mind, human are divine beings, because in the book of Genesis 1 verse 26, it says, "Let us make man in our own image," which refers to divine beings creating human. And the sentence, "Let us make man in our own image," proves that there is no one God but plurals of them. So the hidden truth is that we have spark of divinity embedded within us, but religion often teaches that we are sinners on a default. Look, Christ consciousness is within you, and Yeshua wasn't just a man. He represented a state of awakened consciousness. The kingdom of God is within you, which is written in the book of Luke 17:21. And this means that awakening happens internally and not in the church. They won't tell you this because they know the consequences of it. And let's not forget that the Bible was edited a lot. Books were removed. Book of Enoch, Gospel of Thomas, Book of Jubilee, and etc. These books spoke of angels, reincarnation, other realms, and direct connection to God, which threatens church control, because reincarnation was once accepted, and early Christians and Jews believed in it, until it was banned in the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, and later under Emperor Justinian in 553 AD, which Jesus hinted at it as well and said that John the Baptist is Elijah, which is in the book of Matthew 11 verse 14. And angels and watchers interacted with humans in the book of Genesis verse 6. It says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, which means that the angels and the watchers were mating with humans. And this created the Nephilim giants and led to the flood. These beings are also detailed in the book of Enoch they removed. The apocalypse they told you about in the book of Revelation is nothing but awakening. Revelation is not just doom and destruction. It's a spiritual map of awakening. The beast they told you about is the ego, which is your lower self. And the mark is the blindness, obedience to materialism. And the return of Christ is simply the return of divine consciousness. The tree of life and DNA activation has their own representation, which the tree of life is the human energy system, the chakras or kundalini. And the serpent winding up the tree is symbolic of DNA or kundalini awakening. They told us story of Christ without mentioning if he had any relationship or any outside life. Why? It's because they lied to you. Look, Mary Magdalene was a divine feminine. She wasn't a prostitute like they said. That was pure propaganda. She was Christ's counterpart, which many enlightened mind says his wife. She was the feminine Christ, the balance of the masculine Christ energy. They never teach you this because they want to silence the truth, but in their dreams though, haven't you wondered why everything in the Bible they presented to us is all about the masculine and no feminine? It's simple. It's because they want to obstruct the balance of both energy, which is working, because look at the society today. Women are slightly close to inferiority, which it wasn't meant to be that way because it was by design. And their goal is to destabilize the both energies, the balance, which they already succeeded on doing.